Embark on the JoJo journey, where laughter meets life, adventure unfolds, and the essence of who you are comes alive. I'm Jovonne Baker, and you're watching JoJo Talk. So I have a special guest with me this morning, and that special guest is no one other than me, myself, and I. I have been told for a while that I should interview myself. And I've also told myself I can't ask you to tell your story if I'm not willing to tell mine. And I'm not saying I'm at a point where I'm ready to tell mine. I'm just saying I'm at a point to where I'm ready to let go of a few things and move into the present to make way for my future. So I today want to dive, poke, prod, discuss, have a few vulnerable moments with who I was, and then celebrate where I'm at, and then thrive for what I pray my future will become. So that's what we're doing today. Past. Learning from the past to operate in the present to plan for the future. This is an ode to who I was and who I will no longer be called. Promiscuous girl. So being promiscuous, we kind of think in a rather sexual manner. But if you do some research, you see that it's more casual and careless, a little reckless. And it also has a meaning of composed of all sorts of persons or things. And I think that's pretty much what younger Jovonne was. I was this combination of a lot of different things. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because it's carried on in some of my present things of being a chameleon. But as a young child, it was very much erratic. It was very much spontaneous, thrill-seeking, do whatever I want, busybody, constantly looking for attention from all the wrong places. It was partly where my depression began, is when I started trying to people please, when I started turning to different vices instead of seeking help. I had a great childhood. I have a theater background. I learned how to be a public speaker So I studied to become a public speaker, but I was always comfortable from a very young age of public speaking. I think that my childhood taught me to be persistent, to be resilient, to overcome obstacles. It also showed me the worst parts of myself. My younger self, my past self, would be someone, and I keep looking away because it's like the wheels are turning in my head, trying to reflect and remember, but also be very cognitive of kind of still the things I say, because I'm still forgiving my younger self for a lot of the choices I made. And one of those big choices I'll get to a little later on in the episode. But primarily, I just want to say to my younger self that what you did, what they say, having wisdoms in your teens would be no fun. And I had a lot of fun. Probably more fun, not enough fun to last a lifetime, but definitely enough promiscuous ways to last a lifetime. I was busy filling a void inside myself with other people, other partners, with, as I said, vices, with things that are not of good nature. They were just the things I wanted to do, when I wanted to do it, how I want to do it, and where I want to do it, and nobody was going to tell me anything else. But I also was wise in the sense that I had older parents, I had a great support system, I was involved in a lot of things. I won second place for Future Business Leaders of America in job interviewing and public speaking. My parents made it to where I could compete and step out and adventure in a lot of things from elementary to middle to high school, going into my college years where I attended the University of North Alabama, Royal Lions, and I got a degree in mass communication, radio, television, interactive media. Yeah, that's a mouthful. I won Miss Congeniality at UNA 3 years in a row. I did a great internship at a very popular radio station in Muscle Shoals in the North Alabama area. I also turned 21 when I was younger, obviously, and that was fun because that's where I learned that I love wine, which transitions over into another part of my life. But for the most part, my past is my past. And everybody says you cannot drive a car forward if you are looking in the rearview mirror. So again, I say let go and let God. And those are some of the things that I was faced with when I was younger. I forgive myself for all my promiscuous ways. I think that's the word we're going to stick with is I was very promiscuous, and I no longer want to be identified in that way of someone who is careless, reckless, and a people pleaser and a thrill seeker in that sense. So the past me, ready to move on? Because the present, baby, she doing her thing. I mean, life's still life and struggle's still struggling and real's still real, but we're there. I'm back with my special guest today, me, myself, and I, and we are doing wonderful things in the present. I find myself trying to introduce myself to new people as Jovonne, and they go, Jovonne? And I say JoJo. JoJo, you can call me JoJo, but I do want you to know the person, not just the personality. And Jovonne, my name has meaning. My dad's name is Joe. My mom's name is Yvonne, so you get Jovonne. Unless you're my dad and you put emphasis on Joe, then it's Jovonne. But we're not doing all that. It's just Jovonne. It's just JoJo. People call me by my middle name, Sade. I've gone by a lot of different nicknames, as we all have. But presently, I just want to be known as Jovonne JoJo Baker. That's kind of how I've been writing it out when I send people text messages like, who are you? This is who I am. Nice to meet you. Anyway, I digress. So the reason I digress is because I have been diagnosed with ADHD presently. Also manic bipolar. If you don't know what that is, basically my energy comes in waves. That's all it means. I sought help. I sought help for the fact that I could not focus and the fact that I felt like my life was all over the place, which it was back then. And I didn't get the help that I thought, that I considered that I needed when I was younger. And now that I have, I feel like I'm thriving. So I can focus. I do take medication, which is fine. There's a stigmatism of mental health. But I'll tell you this, I'd rather pray and go to my doctor and have a thriving life than to sit here and say I don't need something that I do believe I need. And that's just my choice. So confidence. I am confident in public speaking, but I am insecure about how I look when I'm public speaking. And so those are just things I battle with now in my present. I am definitely faith-based. I'm on a spiritual journey currently where I am studying the Word of God, and I don't say this to offend anybody else. This is my story. This is my interview. This is my testimony of how God has made a way out of no way in my life several times. And what wakes me up in the morning is two things: faith and hope. Faith for tomorrow and what the future will bring, and that I will have a successful future, and hope that today will be brighter than it was yesterday. So I'm a hopeful person. I am studying faith, and I'm on my spiritual journey currently. So presently, I am a radio personality. As I said, I have a theater background, office manager, executive assistant, coordinator, Caos coordinator, spoken word artist, entrepreneur, host, MC, and moderator. As far as the entrepreneur is, I never wanted to be an entrepreneur. That was something I just found about recently with creating my brand. But it says that if you are open-minded, confident, determined, self-starter, creator, passionate, competitive, strong, work ethic, and disciplined, then you are an entrepreneur. You have that within inside of you. And I feel like a large percent of us have that in us, those traits and those qualities to be an entrepreneur. Because as we say, you don't want to work for somebody else the rest of your life. We all have dreams. We all have passions. We all have purpose. It's just about finding avenues to make your dreams come true and getting the help. And that's what JoJo Talk is. I want to interview people who are doing what a lot of us are doing. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. We can just get advice and get those people to help us get to where we're trying to be. I believe in the monkey in the barrel to a degree. I believe that you should pull someone up, but you also have to have the discernment to let those people go who are pulling you down. And that's kind of where I am in my present. I was telling my friend that no one's negative towards me, and I really appreciate that. Everyone gives me positive energy. I was making sure I didn't stop recording. Everyone gives me positive energy, and then constructive feedback, which I take it and I make the necessary changes. But the only person that stops Jovonne from being great is Jovonne. And so the present me is just working on having more confidence, studying different things, other people's crafts, becoming a better person, becoming a productive member of society. I used to say all the time when someone says, hey, how you doing? I'm good, working for the life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. And I was like, what does that even mean, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness? Well, for me, it was life be lifing, but I'm still living. Liberty, I'm free to do whatever I want. However, I need to make the right decisions. And the pursuit of happiness is I'm always striving to find the joy in myself and in the world. So is that where we are now? Yeah. JoJo Talk is a thing, which I am super excited about. I'm excited for where the direction my life is headed. And I feel like I am a step above where I have been. And as long as that I keep striving for better, then my present will have its ups, its downs, its battles. But I plan to fight for myself. I want to advocate for myself, and I have a voice. And my what do they say? My opinion matters. I matter. And these are all the what are those words, Kay? Affirmations. Those are all the affirmations I tell myself. So whatever it is you have to tell yourself that gets you out of bed in the morning, that gets you through those dark times, that helps you with your depression, anxiety, your panic, tell yourself those things and seek help if you need to, because there's nothing wrong with asking God and asking a counselor for help in school, in life, and everything. We all need somebody to lean on at times. So the present me, you looking good. Who I'm trying to be. Although the future is untold, there are so many possibilities out there for me and for what God has in store. I want to be a talk show host. I am a talk show host. I will be a talk show host, but on a major platform that not only reaches millions, but brings joy and laughter into different homes and gives people hope and knowledge that it's going to be all right. I want to be a motivator. I want to be an encourager. I want to be someone that you go, man, did you see what JoJo said the other day? Like, it made me feel good. It made me look in the mirror and say, I can do this. I can overcome. And so I want to also have the team, the backing for the support. Like for me, I don't do fashion. I'm going to need somebody to come and help me decorate. I can cook, but I'm not the best cook. And it's not really my strong point. So if I had a chef, that's great too. But regardless, these are the type of things that I want in the future. I want to be a disciple. I don't want to just say I'm a child of God. I want to bring his word and speak his word and tell people that there's a bigger and brighter purpose in your life than what you're going through now. Life is going life. And that's what you want. You want to wake up every day and be blessed and say, another day above ground, I'm doing something. And so I want to do that. I want to be a mom. I want to be a mom that has given birth or adopted, because I also understand that there's a lot of kids out there that need good homes. And I pray one day that I am blessed with the opportunity to provide that to a child. But I still, going into Mother's Day, I was talking to some people, and I still consider myself a mom because of different things that have happened in my life. At a young age, I made the choice to end a pregnancy, and that was a very difficult decision and something I bear in my heart for the rest of my life. But I also have had a miscarriage, and so I've dealt with the loss of a child. I've also taken care of my niece and helped raise her, and I am proud of the woman that she is and the woman that she's becoming, and the fact that she's trying to navigate this thing called life. I also am a TT. So TT JoJo, TT Jovonne, I have so many precious little ones in my life that I will pray over and that I will love on and that give me love back. And I'm nurturing. And so when I looked up the things about a mother, it said, a selfless, loving woman who must sacrifice many of their wants and needs for the wants and needs of a child, putting what is best for them above all. So that's kind of the thing that I see happening for me. The future is the things hoped for but yet unseen. That's also the definition of faith to me. Um, Overall, I want to be a kind human being, taking the mistakes and the struggles and the battle of my past to become a productive, caring, real, honest, loving person. I cards away. Talk about just me and the fact that I am a procrastinator and I filmed all of this in the matter of 3 hours, and I'm now having to edit because I've got a lot on my plate, a lot of irons in the pot, trying to pave that way for the future. And procrastination is definitely one of those things that I struggle with that I need to do a lot better about, to be successful, to be. Everybody's talking about having money. You can have all the money in the world. I don't want to be rich. I want to be wealthy. I want to be wealthy in love, knowledge, joy. Yeah, I still want to be financially wealthy because it takes money to provide for the community. My special guest said that the other day. It's not that I'm saying I'm trying to chase the bag, it's that I'm trying to be able to thrive and survive and help others as I have been helped. So I feel like I'm at the point in my life and going forward where I am like a good, fine, aged wine. That's what I want to be. Somebody that is mature in all things and who has overcome. And I look forward to getting older. I look forward to turning 30 in August, Leo, because every chapter is a blessing. Every chapter that I'm able to just thrive and succeed, enjoy and laugh and be spontaneous in a good way. Be a social butterfly and a busybody in a good way. Take those things that I always thought was negative from such a past perspective and bring them full circle to something beautiful. And although beauty is the eye of the beholder, I see beauty in colors, in the earth, and in people. So I always say, let's talk about it. You have learned a deeper part of me, and I thank you for listening. I thank you for being open minded and for being patient with me as I unfold my journey. So thank you for tuning in to JoJo Talk. Remember, this is my monkey, this is my circus. And the only one responsible for it is me and God. So, but for you, not your monkey, not your circus. You ain't gotta be in my business, but you gotta respect it. Y'all, I have fun. This is natural. Talking to myself, this is just something I do. So I'm going to go now and just say thanks for watching. Until next time, peace.